Confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room or proving your worth to others. It's about the calm, unshakable power that stays steady no matter what life throws at you. Real confidence doesn't demand attention, it attracts it effortlessly. It's quiet, but it's powerful. It's not about arrogance, it's about inner peace, emotional control, and deep self-respect. Most people go through life reacting to everything: criticism, rejection, chaos, or other people's opinions. Every time they react, they lose a piece of their power. But when you learn to react to nothing, you stop giving away your energy. You stop letting the world dictate your mood, your direction, your identity. You become untouchable. True power begins the moment you stop explaining yourself to everyone. You don't owe long justifications to prove your decisions. The moment you stop over-explaining, you send a silent message to the world: I trust myself. I know my worth. When someone questions your path, you don't need to convince them. You don't need to fill every silence with an apology. You simply stand firm and let your confidence speak louder than words. That's not arrogance, it's clarity. Every unnecessary explanation drains your strength, while calm certainty commands respect. Learn to say what you mean, then stop. Let the silence carry your message. The less you explain, the more powerful you become, because strength doesn't beg for understanding, it simply exists. But confidence starts from within, not from the applause of others. The voice inside your head is either your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. If your inner voice constantly whispers doubt, you'll walk small, speak soft, and hide your light. But when your inner voice says, I can handle this, you move through the world differently, steady, calm, unshaken. That's why mastering self-talk is vital. You can't wait for validation to change your inner dialogue. You must start speaking to yourself as if you already are the person you want to be. Repeat strength until your mind believes it. Repetition rewires belief. Your brain becomes what it hears the most. Talk to yourself like someone you deeply respect, and your confidence will start to rise from within. Respect is the foundation of true confidence. Without self-respect, confidence is an act, a mask worn to impress others. But when you respect yourself, confidence becomes your natural state. You start treating yourself with the same dignity you give to people you admire. You keep your promises to yourself. You stop allowing people to cross your boundaries. Every small act of self-respect builds your inner strength until you no longer seek validation from others. The more you respect yourself, the more the world begins to respect you too. Then comes the next level, killing the need for approval. The need for approval is one of the greatest thieves of confidence. When your peace depends on other people's opinions, your emotions are no longer yours. Approval can be given, and it can be taken away. The moment you depend on it, you give others control over your worth. Real freedom begins when you no longer crave validation. You stop chasing applause and start living in alignment with your values. People may misunderstand you, but eventually, they'll respect you more for standing firm than for trying to please everyone. Confidence built on approval is fragile, but confidence built on self-trust is unbreakable. Learn to stand in your truth without needing anyone's permission to feel whole. Another secret of quiet strength is the power of silence. True confidence doesn't react to every criticism or attack. It doesn't rush to prove itself. The strongest people are often the calmest. When others shout, they stay composed. When provoked, they choose silence over chaos. That silence is not weakness, it's control. Every time you react emotionally, you hand over your power. But when you respond with calm, when you let your silence speak for you, you become unpredictable and unshakable. People can't manipulate someone who refuses to react. Silence unsettles the insecure because it shows mastery. It shows that your emotions belong to you and no one else. The less you react, the stronger you appear, and the more in control you feel. Your body, too, speaks before your words ever do. The way you walk, stand, and make eye contact tells the world how you see yourself. Confidence isn't just a feeling, it's a physical language. You can say nothing and still command a room if your posture is strong, your head is high, and your presence is calm. The body teaches the mind. When you carry yourself like you belong, your brain begins to believe it. Confidence becomes your default setting. So, stand tall, look people in the eye, move with intention. Let your body say, I am here, and I am enough. That's when your presence becomes powerful without needing words. To reach deeper confidence, you must stop reacting and start leading. Most people live in reaction mode, constantly responding to whatever life throws at them. But when you lead, you set the tone. You decide the direction. You don't let the world control your emotions, you control how you show up in the world. Leadership begins with leading yourself. When someone disrespects you, you stay grounded. When chaos surrounds you, you remain composed. You become the calm in the storm. That's what separates the reactive from the confident. You move with purpose instead of panic. And leadership doesn't require a title, it requires discipline over your reactions. Confidence grows stronger each time you refuse to be shaken by external noise. Growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from discomfort, from the moments that test you. Confidence is built when you do the things that scare you, when you face challenges that stretch your limits. Every time you step into discomfort and survive, you collect evidence that you are stronger than your fears. Eventually, what once terrified you becomes normal. The key is to keep stepping into the unknown until discomfort feels familiar. Growth is your gym, resistance is your training. Every rejection, every failure, every awkward moment, it's all a workout for your confidence. And the more you embrace those moments, the more resilient you become. Soon, fear stops controlling you because you've proven to yourself that you can survive anything. When you stop fearing discomfort, you become unstoppable. Another sign of deep confidence is the ability to speak less but command more. The most powerful people in any room are usually the quietest. They don't fill silence with unnecessary words. They don't rush to prove themselves. They listen, they observe, and when they finally speak, everyone listens. Words have weight when they are rare and intentional. You don't have to be loud to be respected, you just have to be clear. Speak only when your words add value. Learn to pause before you respond. Silence shows control, quick reactions show insecurity. When you stop oversharing, when you let your presence speak louder than your voice, you project calm authority. People will start seeking your opinion instead of ignoring it. Confidence isn't about talking more, it's about saying less and meaning every word. Rejection, too, is one of life's greatest teachers. It can destroy your spirit or sharpen your strength, depending on how you see it. Most people take rejection personally and let it define them. But rejection isn't a dead end, it's redirection. It's life's way of removing what's not meant for you and preparing you for what is. Every no is training your resilience. Every closed door forces you to knock on better ones. Confidence doesn't come from constant success, it comes from learning to stand tall after failure. The moment you stop fearing rejection, it loses its power over you. Every rejection adds to your armor until nothing can break your spirit. The strongest people aren't the ones who never fall, they're the ones who keep rising without losing their calm. Detachment is another layer of confidence most people never master. When you detach from outcomes, you free yourself from fear. Most people tie their emotions to results. If things go well, they're happy, if they don't, they collapse. But real confidence is steady regardless of the result. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care, it means your peace doesn't depend on success or failure. You give your best and let go of the rest. You can't control outcomes, but you can control effort, mindset, and focus. When you stop clinging to results, you perform better because fear no longer clouds your actions. You become fluid, free, unstoppable. Detachment is strength because it keeps you centered while the world spins. Boundaries are another form of self-respect. Confidence means knowing your value and protecting your peace. You don't owe anyone endless access to your time, energy, or emotions. People will take as much as you allow, so you must learn to say no without guilt. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters that keep your peace intact. Saying no doesn't make you cold, it makes you clear. The right people will respect your boundaries, the wrong ones will expose themselves by crossing them. Never apologize for protecting your space. Every time you enforce a boundary, you strengthen your confidence because you remind yourself that your well-being matters. Stand firm in your no. Each time you do, you build unshakable self-respect. True confidence also shows itself in chaos. Anyone can look calm when life is easy, but your real strength is revealed when the world feels unstable. Chaos exposes character. While others panic, confident people breathe, slow down, and stay centered. Calmness in crisis is power. When everyone else loses control, the one who remains composed becomes the anchor. That's leadership in its purest form, being the steady force that others trust when everything falls apart. The storm doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. Every time you stay calm under pressure, you reinforce the belief that nothing can break you. And that belief builds the foundation of lasting confidence. But confidence isn't just mindset, it's skill. Real confidence grows from competence. When you've trained, practiced, and worked until your skills become second nature, you stop doubting yourself. You don't have to hope you're good enough, you know you are. Confidence built on repetition is unshakable because it's earned. You've done the work behind the scenes. You've faced failure, learned, improved, and risen again. That's why skilled people move through life with quiet certainty. They don't need to prove anything, their preparation speaks for them. So, train harder than your fear. Practice until your effort turns into instinct. Skill transforms anxiety into assurance. Once your confidence is rooted in competence, no one can take it away. And finally, the ultimate form of confidence is living as if you need nothing. Not because you don't care, but because your peace doesn't depend on anything external. When you no longer need approval, success, or attention to feel whole, you become truly free. You still enjoy these things, but you're not defined by them. You are enough as you are. The world cannot control someone who needs nothing from it. When you stop chasing validation, you start attracting respect. People are drawn to those who move with self-sufficiency, who are content within themselves. Living as if you need nothing is not about isolation, it's about inner abundance. It's about knowing that everything you need to feel complete already exists within you. That's the highest level of confidence, the kind that doesn't crumble, doesn't beg, doesn't bend. It's the confidence that makes you calm in chaos, fearless in discomfort, and grounded in uncertainty. When you master this, you stop reacting to life and start directing it. You no longer waste energy fighting for validation or reacting to opinions. You walk through the world with quiet authority, with presence so strong that people feel it before you speak. This is dangerous confidence, the kind that cannot be faked, cannot be shaken, and cannot be stolen. It's the peace of knowing that no matter what happens, you'll remain unbothered, unbroken, and unshakably yourself. Confidence is not about being perfect. It's about progress, choosing calm over chaos, silence over reaction, and self-respect over approval. When you learn to react to nothing, you gain control over everything. You stop living for others and start living for yourself. You become the person people notice not because you demand attention, but because your presence commands it. That's what it means to be untouchable. That's what it means to react to nothing.